Rose, and welcome to your October 2015 tarot reading. My name is Nikki. Before I begin, I would like to say that I am a little sick this month, so if my voice sounds raspy or if I cough, that is why. So just please forgive me. I have the house all to myself today, so I thought I would go ahead and try to get the rest of my videos done, sick or not. So anyways, if you are interested in a personalized reading, because this is a general reading, please visit my website in the description below. I do tarot readings for $15 and I do palm readings for $35. And if you have any other questions or questions about purchasing a reading, please feel free to email me. You can find my email at my website. So check that out. I've already shuffled and meditated over the cards, so we are ready to go ahead and see what's in store for you. There is a card that's already out of the deck. This card, the Three of Swords, it kind of fell out while I was shuffling, and I always like to pay attention to those cards because I feel that, you know, they're trying to tell us something. So I'm just going to sit this card, we'll just use it as an extra card. I'll set it aside. In this month I'm doing a slightly different spread than I've been doing in the prior months. I was using 4 cards to symbolize each week and then a focal card, but this month we're doing a 4 elements card, or spread, sorry. So let's go ahead and see what's in store for you. In your water sector, you have, this is like your feelings and your emotions, you have the Three of Cups in reverse. So generally, Three of Cups is all about, you know, coercing with friends and, or conversing with friends, hanging out with friends, going out and having a good time, perhaps being invited by a party or throwing a party, or just a reunion with people that you haven't seen in a while. When it's in its reverse position, it can symbolize the same thing, but there's, you know, perhaps there's something going on there to where you feel nervous about this reunion, perhaps you feel anxious, or things aren't turning out quite the way you wanted them to be. You know, like there's a picture of 3 girls, if you can tell in the picture. You know, this could be sometimes 3's a third, you know, perhaps the third person is the third wheel, 3's a crowd, you know, perhaps you'd rather it be 2 of you instead of the 3 of you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be 3 people, I'm just saying. There could be some kind of negative undertone when it's in its reverse position. There's something that isn't meshing well with you. And of course, being in your water sector and also being a Cups card, this is supposed to affect you emotionally. And generally, Three of Cups brings back really good feelings and helps you just feel like harmonious, like you're really meshing well with others, like you're connected to each other. But when it's in its reverse position, it can have the opposite effect, if that makes sense. Now, since this is a general reading, perhaps some of you, it will be an upright card for you, but for the other half of you, it will be a reverse card. Okay, moving on into your air sector. This is communication. This is what's going on mentally with you this month. You have the 5 of Wands in reverse. So there's some kind of competition going on with you this month. And this could be a physical competition to where, you know, like you are physically out competing, whether it be in sports or for a job or whatever. Or this could be like an internal competition, like with your ego. Maybe you're comparing yourself a lot to other people this month. And with it in its reverse position, if this is a physical thing, I'm not so sure that you're doing well. Also, if it's an internal thing, I think that you're going to be suffering from like some low self-esteem issues. So you really need to work on that, and really these 2 cards could be connected with whoever you're you know, either uniting with or reuniting with. There could be a lot of competition there. And that might, you know, bring in the negative feelings. In your earth sector, with things that, this usually has to pertain with your job or whatever you do with your time, put your energy and your effort into. It doesn't necessarily have to make you money. But it's generally things that are more solid, more fixed, things that won't be changed throughout the month. You have the Page of Pentacles in its upright position. The Page is probably not yourself, because you are a fire, Leo, fire sign, and Pentacles are earth. So, I don't feel like this is representative of you. Now, this could be somebody who is very closely connected to you, like a child, or or somebody that you could be a mentor to. Pages are generally younger than yourself, and they have less experience than yourself. But it's like they're starting a new skill, they're learning a new skill. Perhaps they're doing something in school, or but whatever this is, this skill is generally for the prospects of making money. Maybe they're starting a new business up, and maybe they need your help in getting started. And you know, for some of you, this may be you, because we all fit in different areas at certain times. Just because you're a fire sign doesn't mean that you can't ever have earth-like qualities. That's not true. So this could be some of you, but I think for most of you, this is going to be somebody else that's involved in your life and perhaps needs your involvement with whatever they're starting up. And it will most generally have to do with money, making money, starting a new skill, a new project, a new business, something like that. Maybe taking a course. In your fire sector, this is action. This is like what you're actually going to be going through and doing in the month of October. You have the Tower upright. The Tower, it's like one of the most famous cards. It's about transformation. It's about change. It's about learning some basic truth that will just rock you to your foundation. It can symbolize, you know, a devastating event, whether it be a big event or a small event. I always hate to say those things, but I mean, it could symbolize that, no doubt. But most of the time I find that it doesn't symbolize those things. I think for most of you, it's just going to be you having a revelation and being like, oh, okay, I get it now. But it's going to be something that is going to make you think differently from that point on. You may, you know, it could be something, you know, finding out a secret of somebody's. It could be, you know, learning about a new religion and actually changing your religion. It could be something like that. And it's going to change you for the good, you know. The Tower's never easy to go through. Okay, it's like bringing down what's been built because the foundations weren't that great to begin with. And now you know, you feel like you've been stripped away of everything that you've built. But it's actually good because it puts you in a place where you can grow and rebuild and make things stronger. Your foundations this time will be better and stronger, and you'll be able to go further. And you know, it's really a blessing in disguise, is what I'm trying to say. And with it being in the fire sector, it seems to me like, you know, it'll be like an actual event, but, you know, I would be foolish to say that everyone's going to have some devastating event happen in their life. I think it has something to do with action, though, with actual physicality. You know, like either somebody is doing something and you find something out, or somebody, you know, I don't know. But I feel like it has something to do with action, since it is in your fire sector. And I don't feel, you know, I feel for most of you, it won't be anything, you know, devastating. It'll just be something that changes the way you think. Something that, you know, like once you know the truth, you can't ever think the way you used to. It's, it changes your whole perspective on something. So I think it'll be mentally challenging, to say the least. Okay, now with the card that popped out, you have the Three of Swords, and it kind of fell in its upright position. Sometimes they're hard to tell when they fall out on their own like that. But, you know, I don't have a position to put it in. But Three of Swords, that's usually about heartbreak. Some kind of heartbreak's going on. Now, heartbreak could connect to the Tower. It could connect to the Three of Cups in reverse. And it could connect to this Five of Wands in reverse. It could really, I mean, we got 3 cards here it could connect with. Now, you know, some of these could be, each card could be dealing with a different situation. I can't say for sure. But each card could also be connected and be talking about one situation. Just like I connected these 2 cards, you know, you could be feeling competitive with whoever it is that you're uniting with in the month of October. And for some of you, they might all be separate and be different situations. And for some of you, this might be dealing with one big situation in the month for you. And it just popped out in the reading because it's what is going to be standing out for you in the month. The most significant event of the month. But I do, you know, I do see heartbreak, obviously. But this could also be you realizing that you've had your heart broken. Maybe you've been mourning. Maybe you've been wallowing. Maybe something bad happened that you never, you know, in the past that you never really fully got over. And a lot of times the Three of Swords can symbolize that, and it can symbolize a time to move on, to recognize that, you know what, I've been dealing with this for years now. I'm just going to let it go. Or I'm going to at least try to let it go. You're starting to seriously deal with the pain that, you know, whatever the situation was caused you. And actually take a physical step to move forward. And that could be your Tower card there connecting to that. So anyway, that is your reading, Leo. I know it wasn't the most positive reading, but you know, sometimes real life things happen and they're not the most positive things, and and we have to deal with them. But you know, I hope that this, you know, if this is what's going on with you in your life in October and the cards do correlate, please let me know in the comments if they did or didn't. But you know, I always find it wonderful when, you know, if something negative is going to go on, I find it great when the cards talk about it, because it just kind of like solidifies, this is supposed to happen. This is supposed to run its course, and it's a good thing in disguise, because it's going to help me move on and grow and become a better person. It's where I'm supposed to be in life. So, yeah, let me know if the cards correlated, and that's it. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, push that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I do this every month, and hopefully by next month my voice will be better, and I won't be sick. So anyway, I will see you all next month. Bye-bye.